It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
The Battle of Evergreen Park continues this week, and this quick update will give you the results of the Elite Eight. Who will get into the Final Four? It's all brought to you by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Stop in and see them today at the corner of 95th and Pulaski. Voting was fast and furious, more so in the Elite Eight than we had in the Sweet 16. Let's get into it right now. First, in the Baracos bracket, an amazing story. Wolf's Bakery was the last entry in. It won the listener play-in. It upset Baracos, the number 1 seed. And then Wolf's takes on Durbin's of Evergreen Park, the 9 seed. Wolf's Bakery wins with 70% of the vote. The number 16 seed is the Cinderella story of the entire bracket. They're in the Final Four. Wolves will take on the winner of the Porter Cullens bracket, a bracket with 4 establishments all in the Southwest Quadrant. All of these votes were very close. The Elite Eight matchup, Porter Cullens versus Pappy's. The number 4 seed Porter Cullens upset by the number 12 seeded Pappy's, 55% to 45. It'll be a 16 versus a 12. They are separated by like a storefront. I think there's a bank that sits right in between Wolf's Bakery and Pappy's. They're neighbors. They're both upset winners. They both win their sides of the bracket. They will be in the Final Four against each other. Wolf's versus Pappy's in a blood match. Let's go to the other side of the bracket. We're going to start in the Chai Tung region. Chai Tung was the 3 seed. They had advanced over Golden Griddle. Meanwhile, TT's have been upset by the number 11 Cravings. I'm going to tell you something right now. Social media matters. People going out and saying, vote for us matters. And I think that's why we had an upset. Number 11 Cravings over Chai Tung. 53% of the vote. That is close. 53 to 47. 6 percentage points separating those 2 establishments. And the ice cream shop, the little ice cream shop at 99th and Kedzie, is in the Final Four. And they will have an interesting and difficult matchup. In the Rosangela's bracket, the number 2 seed has been whooping up on the competition. Meanwhile, the upstart Spoke and Vine, wine bar and bottle shop and advertiser on this show, and a group that was very active on social media. And I told you, watch out for the upset. They are going to get out the vote. And they did. While Rosangela's did very, very well, staggeringly well on Instagram. The Facebook link to our Google form ballot that was also on the eppodcast.com was heavily dominated by Spoke and Vine. In the end, the winner had 50.4% of the vote over 49.6% of the vote. We're talking less than half of a percentage point. Rosangela's squeaks it out over Spoke and Vine. Watch out for them next year. If they can do that after being open for just a couple of months, they're going to be a high seed in next year's Battle of Evergreen Park, and I think they go even further. The only one of the top 4 seeds that actually win their region, Rosangela's takes on Cravings. Again, Pappy's versus Wolf's Bakery. Voting begins just after noon on Thursday, goes all day Thursday, all the way through Friday, and the results will be announced on next Tuesday's new episode of the EP Podcast. Over the weekend also, get out to the car show. The 3rd annual Show Your Ride car show, the American Legion. You heard that ad at the beginning. Get out there. It's a great time, 2 to 7 p.m. on Saturday. Food, fun, drinks, music, and all kinds of really cool cars. They had drag racers out there, classic cars out there, military vehicles out there last year. It's expected to be even bigger and better. We will see you on the next episode of the EP Podcast. Get out the vote, the Battle of Evergreen Park. We're going to have the final matchup announced for you the next time we talk. Everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.